Hi there beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am back with a Q&A video of my pregnancy and my firstborn son, who is 5 now, so 5 years too late to be asking these type of questions, but anyway, I'm here to just warm up back into my videos. So this is the first video I'll be doing for my channel, and I have 10 questions right here in my notes, so off we go. Question 1 was, what was the nerves like when you found out you were pregnant? My nerves were completely fine, to be honest. But first I was kind of in denial. I know that's not a nervous feeling, but I was massively saying, no, I'm not pregnant, that pregnancy test is wrong. The doctor is even wrong, because that's where I found out I was pregnant. But then we went to our scan. I was 4.5 months pregnant. Like, I was that far along in the pregnancy, and then I had him 2 months later because he was premature. I had him at 28 weeks plus 3 days, which was scary. That's when the nerves kicked in. When I was pregnant, I didn't feel anything, but like, I was in denial, as I said. When I see my baby on the ultrasound, that's when it clicked and going, oh, this is real. Like, we have very little time to buy stuff because I was 4.5 months pregnant. So we had to buy everything in a lot of bulks. So that's that. What was your cravings? My cravings, right? I always went for salty stuff. Like, I would eat salt and vinegar Pringles by myself, or pickles. I did eat pickles in Mead when I went to visit my boyfriend. Like, we didn't find out we were pregnant though at the time, so I felt sick traveling. I heaved a lot. I would eat pickles from the jar. I would drink a lot of Fanta or Club Orange. That was one of my mom's pregnancy cravings with me, but it was Finch's Orange. But I just thought, like, I wasn't even registering that I could be pregnant. I was just like, okay, I just do what I gotta do. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna have. And then I was thinking of like chicken curries and all at nighttime. Like, I was literally like planning meals in my head for the next day at nighttime, and it's crazy. But anyways, a pregnancy craving I had that I won't put together, but I would still eat and drink, it would be a Tropicana smooth orange juice with Meanies pickled onion. I would put them together and eat and drink. And my dad, I remember, like, I was asking him to get me the Share Meanies bag. I wouldn't even share it out, I would just eat it myself. But he couldn't find one of those, and he got me a 6-pack of Meanies and the smaller Tropicana juices, because there was no large ones. I would just sit there on the sofa munching and drinking this thing. And to think about it, it's actually quite gross that I put myself through that, but it's what the baby wanted. You gotta do what baby wants. And I ate a lot of pizza as well while I was pregnant. Did you breastfeed? I didn't make it to putting the baby on my boob at all. I actually breast pumped for 6 to 8 weeks because I was running out of milk very quickly, and I didn't know what to do to up the ante of the supply that I had. And yeah, basically we did breast milk for 6 to 8 weeks. I was running out, I was running low, and so he was going into formula then. So I know for a fact for my next child I will be trying to breastfeed, but if it doesn't work out, obviously we'll be going to formula, or if I can pump, then I can do that. How did you store your breast milk? I have one of these miniature bottles. Yes, I still kept them because I was thinking if I was going to have another baby, and breast milk was one of the things I would want to do, I would put them in this little bottle here that will go in the freezer or the fridge. You just have to mark the label of what time you breast pumped at, or what time you finished, and then mark the ounces, the date, the time, and yeah, Basically, I use this little bottle here. This is basically my son's baby bottle for a while. Like, you just put like a little teat on the top of here and fed the baby. Or if it was breast milk and it was through a tube, this is what I went in. They spilled it in a long syringe type thing where you have to squeeze it down into their little feeding tube that was either in their mouth, like on the side here, or in their nose, just to be fed. But this is what I use to store my milk in the fridge or freezer. I remember my mum emptying the bottom shelf of the fridge to store the milk that I was doing in the morning, like early hours, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then there was a little space in the freezer for me to store the frozen milk to bring in, because I wasn't keeping that at home because I didn't get my son home until 15th of July or something. Wasn't fun when shopping for baby clothes. Not really, because it was stressful. Because like me and the boyfriend had different taste in clothing, and because we didn't know what sex we were having, it was kind of hard to shop for. So we always went for neutrals and whites. But I was more drawn to the girls section all the time. Like, I would never look at boy clothes at all. I probably did for a little while, and then I got bored, and then I walked to the bows and dresses. So clearly people would have an inkling like, oh, she wants the girl more. But I wasn't that. I just wanted my baby healthy. But if I had a girl first, because this is what happened. When you look at the generation line, for me, they were all girls. No boys, all girls. So I thought like that generation line would continue. But no. The boyfriend ended up continuing that because from his line, it was always boys. So he won with that one. And then shopping for clothes was stressful for me because I didn't want to do it. I was okay picking up the pram, the bottles, the sterilizer, but when it came to the baby's clothes, I couldn't deal with it because that's a long time to be in the city centre for, and I was actually running amok more so with the crowd gathering around me, and I was hot flushing and stuff. Like, being pregnant was not fun at all. How did you get your newborn to sleep at night? When I brought him home from hospital, like officially from the NIC, I always spell it out, like I can never say Niku. And we kind of kept to the time that they set Daniel's sleeping schedule with for a couple of weeks, and then I brought in my own room. He was an okay sleeper until he was like needed winding, like colicky or something like that, colic baby. And then he could have been in pain with other things too that we found out down the line. It was just hectic at times, but he was all in all great baby to raise and put him in for bed and stuff like that. Love to poop and pee all over mommy, but anyway. Does looking at baby clothes now make you want more? No, just looking at babies make me want to have more, never mind baby clothes. I do want more, but I probably only add one more because with what we're dealing with Daniel, it's just the way it is. I mean, he's difficult at times, and then adding the baby to that could be the same or could not be. It depends on the situation. It's meant to be that way. I know I want to add one more to my family, and then I probably say that's it because they are expensive. How many names did you have? I probably had 3 or 4 that we kind of agreed on, but like I didn't want to name my child after somebody that was already named that in the family. I mean, the boyfriend picked Adam, and I have a cousin called Adam, but he also has a cousin called Daniel and never told me, so now my child's name is Daniel. So it's just the way it is. I mean, for a girl's name, he also has a cousin named the name I like, but you know what, I'm just going to say a big f*** it to it and just name he or she after whoever, because these are the names I like, and he agreed. Did you plan a nursery? No, there was no room for a nursery. If I had a bigger room, I'd probably do half of the room for him and keep it half for me. But no, I shared a room with Daniel. He co-sleep. Basically, my room was his room, and we didn't repaint it or anything. It was just always mine. How did you know you was ready for a baby? And this is the final question. I didn't know. I wasn't ready at all, to be honest. I just was like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do. I just had to get on with it. I mean, you made your bed, you sleep in it. You know, that kind of way. Like, if this is what happens when you have... After all, like, you're going to find out you're pregnant in the end or not, you know? That's just it. So, I wasn't ready, but in a way, I had to grow up quickly. That's just it. Don't come in the video.
Why not?
Because you're not allowed.
Mommy.
And that's the end of this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.
Mommy.
Mwah.